Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my peers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be discussing Elon Musk and whether or not, what we're going to see revolving around the Treasury, the IRS, the Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We're talking about his active push to be able to gain access to secretive fund or funding within the United States government in regard to Social Security and kind of see what exactly is he doing, what is he up to. This video is being recorded on none other than Monday, February 3rd at 1:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in 2025. So that is when, as of when I am recording this specific video. We're going to take a look and kind of see what is he doing. Again, everything in this video just for life purposes only and for entertainment purposes only as well. So to keep that in mind as we start to go into this video. This is kind of like a blind meeting. I really don't know exactly what he's doing. I just saw it occasionally on a news outlet a couple of days ago. So I kind of been taking a little bit of a hiatus break. But I don't know exactly what he's doing, what he's up to. So we're going to take a look and kind of see what energy do I feel? What do I get? What do you guys get? Do you feel anything? Do you get anything? What do you get from your tarot card, your intuition, your pendulum, your divining rod? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see. And with that being said, it's video just for entertainment purposes only and for life purposes only. If you want to be notified when I do post and upload, you can go to the description or the comment section below and follow my Blue Sky account or my Facebook group so you can be notified when I do post and upload next. I am going to be making the transition eventually away from Facebook, but for right now, we'll keep Facebook as is. But I highly recommend you go and use my Blue Sky account where I can notify you. Plus, you have a direct line of connection to me. There are no personal readings, so if you're going to ask if whether or not I do personal readings or you have been approached by someone like me, I don't do personal readings. Not at this point in time. I don't have the availability nor the proper space to do it. So no, I don't do any personal reading. With that being said, if you want to help out the channel, you want to engage with the content, it really helps grow the channel more and more. It also helps you tell the algorithm, hey, what you like. So you can do that by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, or even watching this video longer than you normally do, and you can be notified when you do post and upload. And with that being said, it tells the algorithm, hey, I like his content, show me more of it. You know, the algorithm will reward you with that. It'll show you me, it'll show you other tarot videos, and also astrologers. So engage with the content in some formality, and the algorithm will reward you. So help me, help you, help everybody. Okay, with that being said, I do want to also note as well, I have turned off super chats, so you cannot make donations to the channel, because I don't do this for money. I want you guys to all know that. I have my super chat turned off from the very beginning, and then some of you guys have suggested that I should put it back on, so I turned it back on. And then I kept it on. I said when the economy starts to fail, I would turn it off. I'm going to honor my promise. I have turned it off. The economy is going to start getting bad. I want to make sure you guys have the money and the funding to be able to put food on your table, to be able to prepare, and all that type of stuff. Again, like I said, I'm not money driven. I'm not subscriber driven. I'm just more about driven about getting the message out to you guys and be able to work and tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's begin. Let's see what's happening. Okay, my eyes are killing me because I'm looking at like bright light. It's killing me. Okay, anyway, besides the point, let's go and take a look and see what is Elon Musk doing. What's the best deck for this? Okay, they're telling me to use this deck for those of you guys who help support the channel and engage. This actually was able to be brought by you guys, so thank you for that. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for helping the channel grow. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's going on with Elon Musk and see what is he doing, what is he trying to do with the finances in the United States government. Okay. Spirits and angels tell me. Okay, this is actually, I do want to say this. I do feel like I have ADHD right now. I don't. I promise you that. Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, besides the point. The whole purpose of this is I want to show you what this says here. It says, keep an eye on the Treasury, Elon versus U.S. Treasury. That is the title. That is what I wrote down. But these are some of the topics and videos I'm going to cover. It says here, keep an eye on the Treasury, Elon versus Treasury. So spirits and angels tell me, what is Elon going to do with the U.S. Treasury? Why does he want it so badly? Tell me, why does he want this so badly? Why does he want this so badly? Why does Elon want this so badly? Okay, so let's see. There's a lot of reverses here. Why does Elon want this so badly, Spirit? Why does he want access to the Treasury Department in the United States? Social Security, you name it, everything. Why does he want it so badly? What is he going to do? I'm hearing he's going to use it to make robots. Like he's going to use the money to fund a project is what it feels like. Okay. I'm clairaudience for those of you guys who are new. Spirit angels tell me, what is Elon doing with the money in the United States government? Why is he wanting so badly? Okay. We'll leave this here since that came up. But there's too many cards here. I'm not taking them. One more card. One more card, Spirit. Oh, look. There's the card that came up. Oh, I see. I put them in wrong. Oopsie. How embarrassing. Okay, one more card. Too many, but I guess we'll just take them. The bottom of the deck here, we have the 7th house. The 7th house is represented by Libra. It means partnership, balance, one-on-one relationship. So that's the bottom of the deck here. So he has a relationship one-on-one. He's doing something. And here where it is the sideways, we have the challenge. What is the new moon? What does the new moon represent? Creation, intention, potential. He's trying to create something with the money in the U.S. Treasury Department. Like, kind of like what I thought it was going to be. Let's go and take a look. See what is represented here. They all reverse except one. And the 6th house here, which is interesting, at the 7th house, this is the 6th house. And it's represented here by Virgo, and it means work, service, health. So I told you guys, it felt like to me, feels like he's going to do something with the money and have to do for a project. This has to do with work, service, and health. So maybe it's for some sort of project, for some sort of service. Like I said, he might be using it to make a robot. That's a service. And also to help. He's trying to dip into people's financial health, so to speak. So let's take a look and see what other cards are saying, and then we'll go from there. What deck? Okay, we're going to use this deck here called the Deviant Moon Tarot. This is actually my first ever tarot card deck. We're going to use it. This allows us to see behind the mask, which is very important because you're going to need that. Okay, so Spirit Angels tell me, what is Leon doing? Elon Musk trying to do with the finances in the U.S. government? What is he trying to do with the finances? Okay, that's too many, and they all moved. They told me to take them, so we'll take them, I guess. We'll take them. All right, so let's see. How are we laying this out like this? Do it like this? Okay. All right, I'm going to turn the big lights off because it's kind of annoying me. Okay, it's like too much light. This is so much better. I was like, too much light. Now I feel a lot better. And I hope you guys can see the cards a lot better, except this one glare. So I don't know how that is impossible. I'll just leave my hand here. Alright, so the first card that comes up is the Knight of Swords. This is interesting because this is somebody who's trying to get on the horse or somebody who's actually on the horse. Now I realize this is somebody who's actually on the horse. This is interesting because it's represented by the half crescent moon. I mean, not a half crescent, but a crescent moon. This is important because look at the way in the motion in which it turned. It turns in a way that's likely to be represented by this card, which is Cryon, which represents core wound, vulnerability, potential through pain. Cryon, which is in that same direction as what that moon is talking about. So it's talking about that pain, right? It hurts people. It hurts a lot of people. It doesn't hurt just one. It hurts many. The next card that is represented here is the 6 of Cups. Right, this is the 6 of Cups. This is like a play, an illusion that's being cast. Right, I think this was the reverse. Yeah, it's an illusion that's being cast. And you have this person meeting the devil. Right, this person making a deal with the devil. Right, and here are the people. The people don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes. That is why the 6 of Cups is reversed. Followed by the Emperor. Right? And he is on top of the devil. The devil is normally represented in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck as 45. Was telling me Elon Musk in this aspect has more power over 45 than we initially thought. And that is why he comes in as the Emperor. So in this deck, Elon Musk comes in as the Emperor, whereas the Devil is represented as something minor, which is represented as 45. The next card that comes in is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Wands here, which is somebody who's afraid and had challenges or obstacles along the way. Again, the crescent moon, but it's in this time, it's major, it's big, it's coming closer, except it's in the opposite direction. It's in the opposite direction. So what cards here are in that same direction? Let's take a look. We have Palace right here. It's Palace right here, which is wisdom, skill, self-defense. Which makes a lot of sense because when you start to look at the way the card is, there's somebody who doesn't have self-defense, right? But it's upright. It's upright, but it's going in more that direction, closer to that direction. So it's going in more that closer direction here. And you see this person coming in, they have nothing in their hands, but they're going, shining through. They're like, almost like you ever like go through a coin maze, you kind of can't see, you have to like cut or move the, what they call it, the plant away from you in order to create yourself a path. But it's kind of like what it feels like. It feels like the coin is an obstacle in the way of trying to get to where you got to go. That's what it feels like. Here we have the next card here, which is represented by the Three of Pentacles, right? It's like that indecision, but it's like here, someone is painting this person here. This person being painted by the sculpture, and this person here is being the one sculpting, but this person is actually drawing, which is really significant because it's like three things going on at once, which means it feels like the Three of Pentacles is telling me here. I think this also card is reversed, if I'm right. I think it was reversed. I don't remember, but I do apologize. But it doesn't really affect the reading here. The Three of Wands here is saying three things are in motion. Like, I almost feel like it's like a car part, where once something's in motion, something else goes into motion, and something else and goes and goes and goes. It feels mechanical. This feels mechanical. But we have the Knight of Swords here, where there's somebody coming in, taming the horse. Then the devil and the good person, people being disillusioned with the Six of Cups reversed, followed by the Emperor, which Elon Musk has more power over 45 in this regard. And then you have here moving away from the obstacles of going, creating yourself the path. And then you have here machinery, something being grinded, and something starts moving. Something starts moving into motion. Because it's interesting here, because the first card here we have is transition, limidity, and twilight, which is the cusp, which means you're on the cusp of something. It's reversed. Well, tell me there is the lack of that twilight zone, the lack of that transition, which means we are not in a transitional period, which means that I don't know if this has to do with finances in terms of taking the money, but we're going to take a look and see what other cards are saying. We have conjunction, which is integration, synergy, and unity. There's a lack of unity, there's a lack of integration. So the lack of proper understanding of how things work within the United States and its finances. Here we have cryon, which is core wound, vulnerability, potential through pain, which tell me there is a sense of vulnerability here, but also a sense of strength. So maybe there is strength in the finances of the United States. That might be why he's doing what he's doing. We have the solar eclipse, which is headed more towards this direction, was talking about creation, intention, potential. What is his potential? We have wisdom, skill, self-defense, which is the palace. He's trying to create something with his wisdom, with his information, his knowledge. But what is that going to do? Let's take a look. We have Capricorn, disciplined, tenacious, resilient. It's not going to be successful in whatever he's trying to do. And because of that, we enter a new phase, which enters us into Cardinal, which is initiation, spark, or vision. It's a lack of a vision, which is why you have the vision like that in the center, which tells me that something falls. And because something falls, we enter into the sixth house, which is work, service, health, which has to do with the health of the finances or something in terms of a service or something they're trying to do, which makes it more interesting to understand what's at play. Because this is the past card. We have the Knight of Swords. He came in with the victory. This is the election. These are the first four cards that represent this. So the way we're going to read this now is we're going to take these two cards here. These two cards go to this. 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 Okay, that's how we're going to read it now. Up and down. All right, so With the Six Cup reversed and that devil playing on the illusion, trying to get people to believe something that isn't there, trying to get this false delusion, we have the cusp, and we have the palace, the wisdom, skill, self-defense. It's that skill to disillusion people, to give them false hope, false ideas, right? Which is why I come in here at transition or twilight. It's the cusp of something, which means they have already completed the cycle. Which is now we're most likely on this cycle here, which is now the Emperor. The Emperor is that Elon Musk has more power than 45. He is the new president, so to speak, which could be represented here as the young male president. I talked about in my other video how I kept getting young male energy gets inaugurated. But what if the young male is just 45, just being pushed around by Elon? And Elon Musk is that young male energy, because that young male energy does come through. We do have the Capricorn reverse, which is resilient, tenacious, disciplined. He's not tenacious, he's not resilient, and he's not disciplined. He is crazy. Here we have conjunction, which is integration, synergy, and unity. There's a lack of unity, right? Which is why, you start to see this car, you kind of see there's a lack of unity, right? He's literally stepping on 45. He's making his mark, and he's making himself king, an unelected king. Here we have that struggle, which is represented here at the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is trying to push the corn stalks away in order to create yourself a path, trying to remove those obstacles. And in those obstacles, you're experiencing potential for pain, vulnerability, and core wound, which means they're going to try and hide those wounds in some way. Why is this important? Why is this significant? It's significant because it's talking about initiation, spark, and vision, which is represented here by the cardinal. This is important because the fact that it's reversed is telling me here that there's a lack of vision. That means there's a block in some way. That there is some sort of writer block or some vision block or inability to see something ahead of time. Here, though, we have the mechanical aspect, which means something is grinding all together simultaneously all at once. And you have here is represented by the solar eclipse, which means creation, intention, potential. He's trying to create something that is possibly mechanical, and with that, it revolves around the work, the service, and the health. And it goes enter into the 6th house of Virgo. I find that to be really interesting. What is the top of the deck here? Top of the deck here is represented by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of Pentacles hiding what you cannot see. Hiding the pentacle. You're saying, oh, we only have one pentacle, but really behind you have so many. Right? It's that illusion that's being cast. But people know how much money they have, how much money the U.S. system and government really has. And here we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is telling me instability. There's somebody who's on the beach, holding that cup. Right? But they're stable. The water is not crazy, nothing. This is the Knight of Cups. It's reversed particularly because there's instability here. And there's a full moon this time. There's a full moon. The first time we see a full moon in this deck. At least, here we don't get a full moon. We have a solar eclipse. It's the closest thing we got to a full moon. But it's interesting because talking about the full moon here, we actually now have a full moon on the top of the deck here, which is represented by the new moon, which means creation, intention, potential. That's challenge to why he's doing what he's doing. The reverse is the 7th house, which is partnership, balance, one-on-one relationship. This is a lack of balance. The lack of balance within the White House and whatever he's trying to pursue or do, you can kind of see that represented here. The bottom of the deck that's right after is the 8th house, where it represents metamorphosis, death, and rebirth, which is the 8th house of Scorpio. So that's really interesting that comes in. So essentially, what is he trying to do? It feels like, in essence, he is trying to use his influence and power to try and step on 45 to make it his way. And then he's using that money in a mechanical way for a service or a good. So he possibly, he could be forcing people to say, hey, listen, you want your money, you have to pay for it. Could be something like that. It's something that withholds money and information, but he's also giving a false illusionment and saying that, hey, listen, this money is not really there, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to have to take it or you leave it. I wonder if he's going to make the country go broke. It's kind of like what it feels like. Alright, so let's go and see. Spirit angels, tell me what is Elon Musk's plan to do with the finances of the U.S. government, especially revolving around Social Security, healthcare, all that stuff. What is he trying to do? We have 45 here, which is the King of Pentacles, but this feels like Elon Musk. We have the Two of Pentacles followed by the Three of Wands. Underneath 45, we have the King of Cups, but that makes sense because we had the Knight of Cups before in the other deck, was representing what's it called, an illusionment. Here we have is something being rained down, and we have here someone walked away, and it's not going to be fair. Money gets stolen. I do think that is what the hidden goal here is, that, you know, U.S. government will be broke. Yeah, I don't see, you know, they're not gonna walk. We're not gonna walk away with the money. Like, he has the money here with the Empress card. He has some money he needs to pay. We have here, he has to make a decision. The decision is gonna be made, and then what is that decision? He's making an agreement with somebody, with the people, the Two of Cups. It could be an individual, it could be a group of people, a collective. And here we have the Temperance. The Temperance, and I just feel like there's the card behind that, and we have, where is it? Upset, Nine of Swords. So it feels like, in a way, people are going to be upset with whatever he does. He's doing something that's not really good. Again, everything in this video is for life purposes only. We have the King of Pentacles, which is looking at the money. I'm getting this image that they saw, like, oh, the United States is a jackpot. If we can, you know, we can't rig a bank because they'll know it's us. But if we rig the country and be able to become, you know, the leader, we can rig it as much as we want, because we are the people that are invincible. Like, they can rob the country and they can walk away with it, and there's nothing anyone can do, because, well, they did it. It's already done. They wiped everything. This is the King of Pentacles, right? It's the energy of you're above everybody else. Right? There's a lot of greenery there, which is represented by the Trump tower. This is the King of Pentacles. This is represented here, though, as 45, but this is, in this aspect, the United States' finances, which is the King of Pentacles. Here we have a decision that's going to be made, which is represented by a Two of Pentacles. What is he going to do with this money? It's so uncertain, but the waves are there. They're in the background. Everybody's waiting to see what his next move is, which is represented here at the Three of Wands. What is he going to do? He's going to create chaos while he is sitting down doing nothing. Like, he has, like, an empty cup. It feels like he's doing nothing right now. People are freaking out about what he's doing with the money. But you have the chaos here, and he's just sitting there doing nothing. Like, it almost feels like it's a ploy, some way to get people to freak out. Then we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands here. It feels like, to me, this is a ploy to get people to freak out. And then once they kind of become desensitized to it, that's when he starts to strike. It feels like that. It feels like the energy is, okay, we have the money, we're going to sit on the money, we're not going to do anything. Get people freak out, they become desensitized to it, then we start doing what we got to do. It feels like it's a ploy. It seems like a mental trick in some way. Here we have, it's represented by the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is indicating to me in particular, you know, people walking away and somebody coming in holding all the swords. Like, they just give up. Like, somebody gives up. Like, they just can't fight the system in some way. There's a lack of fighting here. We have here, it's represented underneath at the Seven of Swords. But the Seven of Swords, again, is really interesting because we have this guy holding on to 3 swords. There's 2 swords here, but then this guy has exactly 5 swords in his hand, and he only left behind 2 swords still on the ground waiting to be picked up. And he's looking in this direction. He's looking at this guy's direction. So while this guy is looking at these people walking away left their swords. He has 3 swords. But while he's looking in that direction, this guy here, which is whoever represents the 7 of swords, is looking at that individual walking away with these swords. You say, oh, hope they don't notice that I took 5. You know, I'm going to come back for 2 more. I kind of feel like that. That's what it feels like the energy is. And here we have the World card. The World is just watching. You're watching this whole thing go down. They know the story. They know what's going to happen. But it's almost like a canon moment. They can't just intervene. They have to allow it to play out the way it's supposed to. Here we have the Four of Wands, which is hardship, people hurting. And you have here not able to walk away from this. And here we have finances. Trying to figure out where do we go from here. Where do we go from here? And you have the Emperor. So that's kind of like what it feels like. To me, it feels like, this feels like a robbery. Let me just ask the cards that directly. Is this a robbery? Spirit angel tell me, is this a robbery? Is This is a robbery. It's just what's going on. It is a robbery. The Nine of Swords, Three of Wands reverse, the Temperance reverse, the Presidency reverse. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. It's a robbery. Alright, we have the Two of Cups. We talked about this before, early in this video. We have here a decision that has to be made. And with that decision, we have here someone walked away or trying to walk away with it. And here we have hardship or struggle. They have obstacles in their way. And here's the money. The money and then the woman who stopped them. So we'll see the Queen of Wands. So there is going to be something that stops them or could stop them if possible, but they kind of like try to walk away with this. And here you have it, the Moon card reversed, which is revelation. Something gets revealed. And what is that? We have here a Knight of Cups. Something comes in last minute. And we have here the Ace of Wands. Something gets put into place. Like something is like the law of the land just takes hold. And here things start getting uprooted. Now, there are two ways that this could be interpreted. And here is the fight. I feel two different ways. I feel like, okay, so there's two outcomes here. One outcome is that something gets done, something gets revealed, someone comes in, they try to do something, they fix this, whatnot. The other outcome is, based on what I'm getting there, is saying that, okay, well, someone comes in, they reveal information, they go in and they try to stop them. Now, the woman here is represented here, right after the struggle card and the money given over, you have the woman with this card kind of just symbolizes Harris, if that's what she's thinking. It kind of reminds me of America. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, something's fast-paced movement towards 45 in the world. 45 in the world card here. And we have here, I feel like this feels like a world issue. This doesn't feel like just internal. This feels like this is a bigger deal than what we think and what we know at the moment. It feels like this is more big and that like people will have to stop it. It feels like we can't depend on our own people anymore. And I'm going to have to do a video and ask whether or not Biden and Harris were complicit and whether or not they are going to allow this to take place. If they knew that, they knew this was going to happen, why would you hand over the keys? It's something a little bit bizarre to me. We'll do a video on that and see what's going on. But until then, you know, we'll see what happens. But, you know, like I always say, the Democrats and the Republicans are the same people, the same group of people. They just have different colors, different parties, right? I'm not loyal to the Democrats. I'm not loyal to the Republicans. I'm loyal to no one. I'm very well and able to criticize the Democrats as much as I am willing to criticize the Republicans. And I want to make sure that, like I said on the channel, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Right? And I will criticize Harris. I will criticize Biden. I will criticize anybody and anybody. I do not care. I will be openly honest with that, because honestly, the only way that we can move forward as a society and as a collective is not to protect one individual, but to really criticize all, because everybody is human, and especially the government. The government in itself is corrupt. Plain and simple, the government is corrupt. We all know that. This is not a surprise. So, going back to the reading, with Elon Musk and everything going on there, and whether or not this is a robbery, we have the Knight of Swords comes in at the first card. The Knight of Swords comes in at the first card. The left card here, we have celebration. They broke in. It's what it feels like. It's a celebration. Oh, this is what we're going to do. It feels premeditated. Here we have wishful thinking. It feels almost certain. This is the Page of Cups. Certainty. Here we have underneath this celebration here, we have the Three of Wands. Unsuspecting. There's people who are celebrating, they're unsuspecting about what's coming. Right? That's why the Three of Wands is reversed. Exactly the threefold on top of the three people celebrating. The Nine of Swords, though, is upright while the Temperance is reversed, which means imbalance. Are we talking about whether this is a robbery? It's imbalance in the money and the finances, right? And we're talking about the presidency, right? The presidency being reversed. The imbalance, again, the balance is not proper. And here we have the Page of Cups. And I'm getting Robinhood here. So let me see if I can figure out why Robinhood is coming in. Now, if you guys don't know the story of Robinhood, it's somebody who robs something and gives the money and distributes the money to certain people to be able to help them, specifically the poor. They take away from the rich and distribute it to the poor. I'm going to see if that is what Musk is doing, because I got that. I don't know if that's going to be exactly what Musk does. It could be someone else comes in, takes the money that they're stealing, and distributes it to the people. We'll see what happens. Spirit Angel, tell me I got a psychic hit about Robinhood. Why did I get a hit on Robinhood? What is that? Why am I getting that information? Why am I getting that information? We have the Ace of Swords. I'm getting someone stopping something. I feel like there's a Robinhood here. There's a Robinhood. Yep. There's a Robinhood. I feel like, remember I talked about earlier in my videos about Luigi? If you guys don't know him, he's the one who did the CEO killing. I feel like there could be more of that. Expect more of that energy. Expect more of those type of things to happen. Here we have the Knight of Wands reverse, and we have here the Queen of Cups. Containment. What is contained? We have judgment. People not going to be able to contain their judgment. And here's the upset, the anger that's coming. The Knight of Wands is reversed, not coming in very quickly, but here's the King of Wands, which is represented as a conservative type Republican in position of power. The Justice not being served. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have here them not doing the right thing for the people. And here's the Great Fortune of the United States. It's reversed, which is Lady Liberty. Then we have the Five of Cups reversed as well, which means loss. But it feels like people are going to have to start fighting. And in that fight, we have the Lovers card, which is disunity. And here we have Betrayal, which is the Three of Swords. And what is that betrayal we have here? We have a political death. And we have here an Emperor. So it feels like in a way, it's the same story. It feels like it is the same story here. I feel like Robinhood, it feels like, if anything, it feels like a reverse Robinhood. Whatever the story of Robinhood was, it's a reversal of that. We have the Ace of Swords, the defeat of something. What's the first card? I asked whether or not, there's going to be a Robinhood. They said, yeah, there is going to be a Robinhood. I feel pretty strongly about that. I do feel like there is indeed a strong Robinhood. We have the Knight of the King of Cups. The King of Cups is reversed. This means this is not somebody in a position of power. This is somebody who's not in a position of power. This means that they're going to do something that is against the status quo or against the oligarchy in some way. This is the King of Cups reverse. Here we have the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands on the left side here, which means capital government. But this is not somebody from the government. This is somebody other than the government. We have here just taking the money, right, and walking away while they have to pay attention to these two people. They have to pay attention to the person in power, right? So these people, while they're stealing, these people are not from the government, but they're going to try and stop this person here. And this person is not from the government. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of Wands here. This is good stuff. This is stability, healing energy. They're stealing now. Whatever this person's stealing, that this person's going to be stopped by Robinhood. And here they're distracted by all this gold cup. They're distracted by all the things that they can take, by all these goodies. Right? They're distracted. While they're distracted, this person coming in here to try and stop them. The Robinhood. This is really interesting because I'm going to actually do a part 2 eventually and find out what we need to know about the Robinhood. It's interesting. Anyway, guys, I think this is pretty much it. I think I covered the video. If you guys like this channel or this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, what you get, what other people is getting, what you get. All that stuff. I want to see if there is consensus here or not. I'm really curious. Anyway, guys, I love you. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you all soon. Until then, peace out. I love you.